Understanding the consequences. 10 explanations of what happens when you inbreed. Unraveling the effects of inbreeding. Inbreeding, the practice of mating closely related individuals within a population, has long been associated with a range of negative consequences, both in humans and in other species. While the extent and severity of these consequences can vary depending on factors such as genetic diversity and population size, it's important to understand the potential risks and implications of inbreeding. In this enlightening guide, we'll explore 10 explanations of what happens when you inbreed, shedding light on the genetic, health, and evolutionary consequences of this practice. 1. Increased risk of genetic disorders. One of the most significant consequences of inbreeding is an increased risk of genetic disorders and inherited diseases. When closely related individuals mate, they're more likely to pass on harmful recessive genes, leading to an elevated risk of conditions such as birth defects, developmental disorders, and congenital diseases. 2. Reduced genetic diversity. Inbreeding reduces genetic diversity within a population as individuals share more genetic material with their relatives. This loss of genetic variation can have detrimental effects on population health and resilience, making it more susceptible to disease outbreaks, environmental stressors, and other threats to survival. 3. Expression of recessive traits. Inbred individuals are more likely to express recessive traits, both positive and negative, as a result of the increased homozygosity of their genetic makeup. While some recessive traits may be advantageous, such as certain adaptations to local environments, others can be deleterious and increase the risk of genetic disorders and abnormalities. 4. Decreased fitness and viability. Inbreeding often leads to decreased fitness and viability of offspring, as they inherit a higher proportion of harmful genetic variants from their closely related parents. Inbred individuals may exhibit reduced fertility, lower birth weights, and increased susceptibility to disease, compromising their overall health and survival. 5. Accumulation of deleterious mutations. Inbreeding accelerates the accumulation of deleterious mutations within a population as harmful genetic variants become more prevalent through successive generations of mating between relatives. This genetic deterioration can lead to population decline and extinction over time as individuals become increasingly unfit for survival. 6. Increased risk of inbreeding depression. Inbreeding depression occurs when the negative effects of inbreeding manifest in reduced fitness and reproductive success within a population. Inbred individuals are more likely to suffer from health problems, decreased fertility, and impaired immune function, leading to population decline and vulnerability to extinction. 7. Loss of heterozygosity. Inbreeding results in a loss of heterozygosity as individuals become increasingly homozygous for alleles at various genetic loci. Heterozygosity is important for maintaining genetic diversity and adaptive potential within a population, and its loss can have detrimental effects on population health and resilience. 8. Increased risk of inbreeding depression. Inbreeding depression occurs when the negative effects of inbreeding manifest in reduced fitness and reproductive success within a population. Inbred individuals are more likely to suffer from health problems, decreased fertility, and impaired immune function, leading to population decline and vulnerability to extinction. 9. Decreased population fitness. Inbreeding can lead to a decrease in population fitness as the cumulative effects of genetic disorders, reduced fertility, and impaired immune function take their toll on the overall health and viability of individuals within a population. This decline in fitness can result in population decline and extinction over time. 10. Impaired adaptability and resilience. Inbreeding reduces the adaptability and resilience of a population to environmental changes and challenges. With diminished genetic diversity and increased prevalence of harmful genetic variants, inbred populations may struggle to adapt to new conditions or recover from disturbances, putting them at greater risk of extinction. Conclusion: recognizing the risks of inbreeding. Inbreeding poses significant risks and consequences for both individuals and populations, with implications for genetic health, population viability, and evolutionary fitness. By understanding the potential consequences of inbreeding, we can take steps to mitigate its effects and preserve genetic diversity and health within populations.